Now at 5, construction wraps up early on a busy bridge in Joplin. Plus, how the Webb City Farmers Market is making sure people have some fresh produce ahead of Thanksgiving. And
the Biden administration is asking the Supreme Court to weigh in on its student loan forgiveness program. I'm Natalie Brand with details of the legal battle and a look at how it's impacting borrowers.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Just in time for peak shopping season, construction wraps up on one of the 4 states' busiest streets. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. The new Rangeline Road Bridge is now open to traffic more than a month ahead of schedule. The original bridge over Kansas City Southern Railroad closed in early September for demolition. This new bridge is higher and wider than the one it replaced. It also has new sidewalks on either side. This opening is welcome news for a lot of motorists and Rangeline businesses. MoDOT says on average, the old bridge carried more than 24,000 vehicles per day. Some area roads might be a bit wet for holiday travelers. Let's check in with Doug.
Yeah, we got rain, which is going to start working in as we go through the rest of the evening. Overnight hours for us tonight. At least temps are sitting above freezing, so we don't have to worry about anything frozen across the region. But look at the light showers increasing, especially along the state line of Kansas and also Oklahoma, and then all the way down into northwestern Arkansas. Mid-levels of the atmosphere a little bit dry, so we are still saturating, but you're going to start getting these showers as we go through the next few hours. You can see them picking up from Pittsburgh, Joplin, down I-44 toward Miami, and then all this continues all the way down into Texas. So this will continue to expand as we go through the overnight hours tonight. On and off, light showers throughout the evening into the overnight hours. What about Thanksgiving? What about the holiday weekend? We'll look at that here in just a bit.
See you then. As we gear up for Thanksgiving, Webb City is hosting a Thanksgiving Farmers Market. This event happens every year on the day before Thanksgiving. It allows people to shop last minute for fresh produce. The market sees around 300 to 400 people in 4 hours. Market manager Rachel Lynch says shopping local helps the city's economy.
Our community comes to shop at a farmer's market because they understand that the money they're spending here is going to stay in their community. This supports the local small farms in our area and the local bakeries as well, not to mention apiaries with the bees and honey and other locally produced foods.
We're going to hear from some food vendors tonight at 6. After Thanksgiving, it's time for the busiest shopping day of the year, Black Friday. The National Retail Federation predicts this could be the busiest holiday shopping season since 2017. Some Pittsburgh residents at the Meadowbrook Mall say they're excited for Black Friday sales. Olivia Butler says she prefers in-store shopping regardless of the long lines because you can't always be sure about sizing when buying online.
It's just someone helping you either online, you order it and it comes to your house and it's like 4 sizes down her size. So I like that about in-store shopping because there's people that can help you.
Butler says she'll also drive from Pittsburgh to Joplin to check out some more stores. She believes items are going to sell out fast at the Pittsburgh Mall. The big man in red was at Joplin's North Park Mall today. Santa Claus himself has set up his workshop in the JCPenney court. Kids can visit Santa at different times throughout the day, 7 days a week until Christmas Eve. That way he's going to have enough time to make sure all of the gifts are ready to hand out around the globe.
In the 4 states, it's such a joy. They really know how to celebrate Christmas. You have everything going on in Carthage and Pittsburgh and, you know, the park in Webb City now. Beautiful areas. So they do Christmas right here in the 4 states.
Yeah. Best place south of the North Pole. The mall will also host pet photos nights with Santa starting on next Monday. 26 million people have applied for the student loan debt relief program President Biden announced in August. But the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals has put that program on hold, prompting the Biden administration to appeal to the Supreme Court. Now he's once again taken another step to give borrowers more time before they have to start making payments again. Reporter Natalie Brand has details from the White House.
And so it's frustrating to me that we're in this situation.
Thomas Goki is among the millions who applied for the Biden administration's new student loan forgiveness program and received letters like this one. The Department of Education, citing recently filed lawsuits, says for now it's blocked from providing relief. Goki, also an organizer with Debt Collective, described the stress of this legal limbo.
Turning on their student loan payments is the difference between being able to put food on the table or cover their rent that month.
We're not going to back down, though, in our fight to give families breathing room.
The president says while the court battle continues, he's extending the pause on student loan payments until 60 days after a lawsuit is resolved or 60 days after June 30th, whichever comes first.
I'm glad that they extended the pause. That's the bare minimum they could have done. It's very confusing as to how long this pause lasts.
The Biden administration has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to weigh in after a lower court put the program on hold. A lawsuit from 6 Republican attorneys general argues the president is overstepping his authority in using the COVID pandemic as a national emergency to justify the debt forgiveness.
Perhaps President Biden has simply forgotten that he declared the COVID pandemic over.
The states filed their response to the Supreme Court Wednesday, and now the justices must decide whether to hear arguments in this case. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The Supreme Court has turned back 2 previous legal challenges to the president's student loan relief program, refusing to take those cases up without comment. Police say the man suspected of killing 6 people at a Walmart in Virginia was a store employee. Law enforcement officials say the gunman opened fire in that store last night. Authorities arrived on the scene just a few minutes later. They say the suspect was dead from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. 4 others are being treated at local hospitals. The suspect in the deadly LGBTQ Colorado Springs nightclub shooting appeared in court via video for the first time today. 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich is accused of killing 5 people and wounding nearly 20 others inside that club. Formal charges will be filed at the next court date, set for December 6th. But Aldrich is being held on arrest charges for murder and bias-motivated crimes. Up next in Health Watch, some tips on how to have a healthier Thanksgiving.
Food and drink are the centerpiece of the Thanksgiving meal, but there are some simple ways to have a healthier holiday. I'm Naomi Ruckham with advice from the experts.
And later, a look at the latest jobless numbers from the Labor Department. Topping today's Health Watch, a new study in the UK finds screening adults beginning at age 40 for diabetes could detect undiagnosed type 2 cases at least 2 years earlier. Researchers say the increased screening would allow those in need to get treatment at a much earlier stage in their condition and reduce the risk of complications. People who've had COVID-19 can still benefit from getting the vaccine. Researchers in Denmark found the vaccine delivered protection over and above natural immunity during all 3 waves of variants and offered 60 to 94% protection from reinfection depending on the variant. Thanksgiving kicks off the holiday party season, which means plenty of friends and family and food and drink. But there are some simple ways to actually have a healthier holiday and still enjoy those celebrations. Naomi Ruckham has more.
Between the mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, and all that gravy, it's easy to overindulge on Thanksgiving. Is it really possible to have a healthy Thanksgiving meal?
Absolutely.
Registered dietitian Lisa Sasson met us in the kitchen to talk through some of her favorite ways to make that big family meal a little lighter. What are some healthy ways we can use sweet potatoes?
Well, one of my favorite dishes is to peel the sweet potato, cut it in chunks, peel some apples, bake them together in the oven, add a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of butter, and it is delicious. It's so sweet.
Hungry. According to the Calorie Control Council, Americans may eat more than 4,500 calories and 229 grams of fat on Thanksgiving. Some other ways to avoid that: lower the fat, calories, and sugar in dishes by using fat-free chicken broth and light sour cream, and stick to lighter appetizers.
Like a vegetable platter and dips, even some kale chips, things that are healthy, filling, but won't weigh you down for the meal.
Be sure to eat a small breakfast or snack before the big meal.
Because when you're famished and you're starving, you're saving all your calories for the meal, you kind of lose your willpower.
And when it's time to fill your plate, load up with veggies. Keep starchy sides to the size of about a baseball all combined, and opt for white meat turkey over dark. And if you're thinking about seconds, take a break to let the meal settle. You might find you're already full and satisfied. Maybe save the seconds for leftovers the next day.
What's better than Thanksgiving leftovers?
There's no reason to deprive yourself, but you'll be thankful you made some healthier choices. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Doug says there is no way he's loading up on the veggies. Got to save room for the gravy, right? Experts also recommend getting plenty of exercise through the holiday season. That's what the experts recommend. That is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about how frogs survive the winter.
Plus, we already have showers increasing across the region. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a cloudy one for us today, and now we're starting to get some light showers which are popping up across the region, and these are going to increase as we go through the evening hours. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Already getting dark. Our daylight hours keep shrinking up on us across the entire area. Look at the light showers popping up mainly on the Missouri side, stretching back into northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Very light, very scattered, but these will increase as we go through the evening hours. You can see a little cluster from Lamar to Joplin, then a couple just to the west of Miami, and then kind of stretching back into northwestern Arkansas. Not much in our central and western counties, but these showers will continue to increase. Temperatures, we're sitting into the 50s, 54 in Stockton, 57 in Miami, Pittsburgh 55, Independence at 54. Here's 7th and Rangeline. It's cloudy, probably some sprinkles, 56 south winds, light. Humidity is at 64%. It's been kind of windy today too. We've had these southerly winds all day long. They're starting to diminish a little bit. South winds at about 5 to 10. Through the evening hours, showers pick up. We don't drop off much. We drop back into the upper 40s a little bit later on tonight, but this is just the beginnings of our storm system. So this is the Gulf moisture that is lifting northward. You can see the rain kind of extends all the way down into parts of Texas, but the main wave is still out across parts of Montana into Wyoming. You can see this system, which is going to dig deep all the way down into parts of Texas. Watch it over the next couple days. Slowly digs down all the way down into southwestern parts of Texas, cut off from the jet stream. So that means it slowly heads toward us. Over the next 3 to 4 days, we're going to have a lot of clouds, and we're going to have periods of showers across the region. Should be gone by midday on Sunday. Rain chances for us tonight, they increase, especially once we get after midnight into the morning hours, and then slowly decrease as we go into Thursday afternoon. All right, let's break it down. Let's go through the evening hours. Just hit, miss, spotty showers. Here's midnight. This is not a wall of rain or persistent until late tonight. You can see along and south of I-44, pretty persistent rain, especially on the Missouri side. So we start the day with showers, but as we progress through the day, less and less showers. So once we get into the afternoon, still some spotty showers, but most of us just cloudy skies. Look at this. Tomorrow night, we clear out a little bit. We'll have partly sunny skies as we go into Friday, and then of course, that main upper level low is going to turn around and head right back toward us, giving us more rain for the weekend. All right, 7 a.m. showers, 49, 52 at noon with showers, mainly cloudy as we get into the evening hours, high temp right around 53 degrees. 48 tomorrow, 54 on Friday. Here comes the rain again Saturday into Sunday morning. So at 6 o'clock tonight, we're going to break down the second half of this storm system for a lot of people traveling home over the weekend.
Okay, yeah, that'll be good information to have.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, some tips to stay safe while traveling for the holidays. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Jim Bowen served in the U.S. Navy during the Vietnam War. The Columbus, Kansas native was stationed in Vietnam, received a Purple Heart, and we salute Chief Petty Officer Jim Bowen, a four-state hero. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the number of Americans looking for work is on the rise. First time weekly claims for unemployment increased to 240,000 for the week that ended November 19th. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's a hike of 17,000 from the week before, and it's slightly higher than what economists had predicted. Some encouraging news for home buyers. Mortgage rates have dropped for the second week in a row. The average rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage is now 6.58%. That's down 0.3% from a week ago, but still a far cry from what mortgage rates were a year ago. That's when they stood at 3.1%. The holiday travel hustle is on. The TSA says it could screen as many as 2.5 million people at checkpoints nationwide today. That would be a new high since the coronavirus pandemic cratered air travel. Reporter Mary Maloney has the latest.
Airports across the nation are bustling this Thanksgiving Eve.
Everything's going to be backed up a little bit for a while.
And people are hustling to make their flights.
We were totally thinking about getting here early, which I'm so glad we did because it's even a little more crowded than we expected. So just hoping we make our flight.
AAA is predicting more than 55 million people will travel 50 miles or more from home between Wednesday and Sunday.
Both car and air have surpassed our pre-pandemic numbers. People did stay home for 2 years, and they're really excited to go be with friends and loved ones.
Now,
travel tips you might not know about. Let's go!
Travel hacks on social media are going viral, and people braving the lines this holiday are giving their best advice.
Having like that inch of, like a little bit of patience, not getting too short with everyone because everyone's at the airport, and just you don't want to like ruin your trip before it even begins.
Despite this being one of the most expensive holiday travel seasons ever, with airfares way up and gas prices higher than they've been in decades at this time of year, the rush is also real on the roads.
Drive the speed limit. Do not tailgate. Be patient. You want to get to your destination safely and enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
Our pet vet on call next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, why the Justice Department wants to speak with former Vice President Mike Pence. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have more on the pre-Thanksgiving farmers market in Webb City. Plus, the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks hosts a blood drive just ahead of the holiday. And Pitt State prepares for its second round playoff matchup against Ferris State. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. When the temperatures drop, not all animals are naturally equipped to handle the cold. Some of them have to take steps to get through it. Today's question for our pet vet on call is, how do frogs survive the winter?
They hibernate. The aquatic frogs go to the bottom of the pond or a creek, and they go into a deep, deep sleep for the entire season. The land frogs bury themselves in the ground just below the freeze line, and there they take the long, long nap. And then come spring, when the weather gets warm and everything thaws, that's when they all come up and you hear that beautiful first sound of spring with all the frogs croaking.
Yeah, long, long nap, which a lot of us are going to be taking, come say, tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for the question. We invite questions from anyone. If you have one, you just send it to PetVet, KOAMTV.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday right here on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. From the Joplin Humane Society, we have Chesterella. The shelter says she is an unknown hound mix puppy. A cute one, big ears. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we have this 4-year-old orange tabby named Walt. Looking for a pet? Check out your local Humane Society. That should be your first stop anyway. We always have a lot of great choices. Rain chances, scattered rain already in the area.
Showers picking up across the region. These will increase throughout the overnight hours and then through tomorrow morning, but I think the afternoon mainly dry. We get a little bit of a break on Friday, and then here it comes again. Saturday night into Sunday morning. So kind of wet the next few days. Be careful on the roadways.
Good advice. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 6. Let's make it a great evening.